once again, I have to sincerely apologize on behalf of Nancy. She is unavoidably absent, but trust us, the show will still go as interesting as usual. How has your day been? Remember, for me, I'm always excited to be here because of you. And what we're bringing your way today is something very, very interesting as usual. It's going to be educative and it's going to be informative. Our guest is well versed and will do justice to the topic. And I'm sorry I don't have anybody co-hosting with me today. I'm doing the anchoring alone today, and I'll have to bring in my guests for us to have our chit chat segment. We always have it. It helps us. So I'll at this point introduce our guest for the show. She is no other person than Dr. Irene Udom. Dr. Irene Udom is the Vice President, Association of Resident Doctors at University of Uyo Teaching Hospital. Hello, doctor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can see you're all pinky.
Yeah.
And yeah, what we're going to talk about has to do with women, girl children, and all of that. So just before I disclose our topic of discussion for today to our guests out there, to our viewers, okay, I'd like us to talk about the girl child, because that will be like an intro to our discuss.
Wow.
Yeah, the girl children eventually get to experience this. And we'll also talk about it. Are they also, do they experience, I don't want to disclose our topic until we get there.
Okay.
So let's talk about the girl child. Like I mentioned, we talked about the theme. They said vision, the girl's vision, right, for the future. That was very interesting. Do you have excerpts from the celebrations, the talks, and what do you think were the girls' opinion about their vision for the future?
Yeah, that was an interesting one. They just concluded International Day of the Girl's Child, which came up, and the theme of the year was the girl's vision for the future, which is a very, very unique theme for the year, which you all know that these girls eventually moved into the womanhood.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is the right time to get them, because they are the vision for the future that we have. So when we get them right and get them, we are going to have a better
future.
Yeah, and there's a saying that says that when you empower a girl, you have empowered the whole community, because they are very vital in that. It's not in those days that the girl's child is only good in the kitchen and all that. So we have to educate them. So the most important, we have to empower them to be educated, because very soon we, the women, we are going to take over the nation.
Oh, you can
very
say
important.
that again. Women ruling the world.
We are ruling.
And
So
I tell you,
we have to catch them young, so we will get to that future plan that
exactly.
we are. Yeah.
I got so excited. I got so excited when you said women. But we still need the men folk, though.
Well, we still need them, but anyway, we have to go.
Yes. Yeah, vision for the future. Come to think of it, a lot of girls, women, probably grew up not knowing what they want, but living for the society, living for their families. They tell you you're a girl child, you need to grow up, get married, have children, and all of that. So you come running with other people's vision, not thinking about developing yourself career-wise and all of that. So it's good to change the narrative. It's good to inculcate in the children that they need to, they need to have a vision and run with it. And this vision has to be wholesome, spiritually, physically, name it, everything. Yeah, so tell me your little experience as a girl child growing up. Let's talk about that. And what was did you have a vision?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
What was your vision? Let's talk about it.
Well, I had a vision that when I was growing up as a girl child, I had a lot. I have people I look up to. I have people I want to be like and all that. And that's what motivated me to, furthermore in my education, to be more serious and all that. I can remember back then, my mom was a nurse. So sometimes I go with her to the hospital to do all that. I told my mom I would like to be a doctor. She said, well, it's all less for you. If you work hard, you're going to be. So I thought I had a problem then that when I come, they used me to teach and all that. So I was motivated, and that was what motivated me. And I wanted something that could be exceptional, do things, not just to be a housewife. I needed to I have an inspiration. I want to be not just a professional, somebody that could contribute to the community, to the society, and as a whole. That was my passion, and that was what I had in mind. And that's why I decided that, like, this International Day of a Girl's Child, I went to some secondary school to talk to some girls,
really?
also motivate them that they can be whatever they want to be. So they shouldn't be limited. Or maybe when you just finish your SS3, you think that you have gotten all. You have you are not just a stepping stone. You have to work hard, move higher, and other things. It's something that we should educate them so that we'll take over very soon, because we need to. I'm serious about that. Yeah.
Talking about the taking over. Oh, yeah. That really excites me. But you see, you said something, and I'm also trying to relate. I'm asking myself, did I actually have a vision, aside maybe looking at your career, what you want to become, your career, and maybe getting married, talking about marriage, because when you look at a woman's cycle, I think it ends with
marriage.
It ends in marriage. Sometimes you really don't even put much attention into your career. But I want to congratulate a lot of women who are breaking the ceilings career-wise and doing a lot of things. Okay. That's not our topic before we get carried away, because anything girl child, we could go on and on and not get tired. Yes. So we'll just go on a short break, and when we return, we would go there, we'll delve into our topic. So stay tuned and don't go away.
Step into the heartbeat of the world where news meets real talk. From breakthroughs in diplomacy to humanitarian challenges and scientific milestones, Global Digest takes you beyond the headlines and straight to the heart of the matter. I am Amma Marcus. Be a part of the world unfolding stories at 3 p.m. on ADBN, channel 258 on DSTV, and Star Times, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people dey talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to una? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain here.
Make we talk good where we dey see good, and where we know say we no dey see good, make we also dey talk am.
No woman, no mother deserve to know the grave of his child.
The bank manager and the bank executive, they are the one the government should first face.
People They Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top ADBN TV.
Welcome back, and thank you for being there. Like I said, our topic for today is breast cancer awareness. Breast cancer awareness. And this month is a month of celebrating breast cancer. So our guest, like I earlier told you, is Dr. Irene Udom. She is the Vice President, Association of Resident Doctors, University of Uyo Teaching Hospital.
Yeah.
Doctor, once again, thank you for co-hosting with me on that chit-chat segment. And welcome to the show proper, where you will tell us about breast cancer.
Okay.
So, talking about breast cancer, we are celebrating the month, like I said, is the breast cancer month, right?
Yeah.
So, what's for the years past, we've been celebrating breast cancer awareness, and we've been treating breast cancer. What has been the improvement? What has been the records that have been made towards the progress of this?
Okay, thank you. It's a very wonderful one. This October has been always the Pink October that is celebrated worldwide to mark World Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this month, the theme of the month of this year says, no one should face breast cancer alone. So that has been, and this have highlighted the patient-centered care of a patient with breast cancer. So that has been very that for the past 37 years now, it has been celebrated over the, and these have brought results that so many patients that have been diagnosed of breast cancer, I think the survival rate has increased, and the death rate, because so many support groups, a governmental organization, non-governmental, comes together to help support this, because when they have that support, some of them, and the awareness increases, and they are able to treat, because the hallmark of this is to let them know that early detection is the key.
Early detection.
Yes, that's the hallmark of everything, because that's why this campaign is put up, to be able to create more awareness, more support groups to come together to see how it could reduce, because no woman should die of breast cancer if they are well informed and the treatment is being done on time.
Okay, that's a good one. And I'm happy, you know, it gives you joy when you're going on a campaign and then you see that there is a positive impact.
You have that joy in you that you are doing something.
Exactly. So from your saying, there is more awareness. People are getting to know that you shouldn't die of breast cancer, and you can actually survive. Okay, so do you have statistics of women who have gone down with this so far?
Well,
is there records of that?
There are records. There are over millions of women that have come down with breast cancer, and every day there are new diagnosed ones coming. But the hallmark is for them to be aware, because in undeveloped world here, like the country here, some of them don't have an idea of what it's all about. They feel it's like if it's spiritual attack or something. So by the time you let them know that this is not necessary, it's not like a spiritual attack, it's something that can be cured medically, and you come to the hospital on time and you see your health provider, and they are going to tackle it on time. So that's why it has been, so the thousands of women that have come down with that. So we have had increase, and we have so many survival rates, patients that have survived, that come to campaign and also talk to them and let them know that it's not a death sentence. So that when you come out on time, identify yourself on time, and you'll be well treated, and that's it. Okay.
You know, you just said something, and I know a lot of people, you know, they get scared when they hear about having breast cancer or they have a lump. So let's just talk about it. At what point should one, you know, how do you even know the symptoms of breast cancer?
Okay, yeah, first of all, we want to say what is breast cancer?
Okay.
The breast cancer itself is an abnormal, every organs in our body we know have cells. So when there's the cells in the breast tissue, when there's abnormal growths, that makes it cancerous. And that time, at that point, what are you have to, normally we have lumps. Everybody have a lump in the breast.
Oh, really?
Yes, you have.
So as you mean I have a lump?
You have, but how are you going to differentiate? What is it, the
cancerous kind of lump or normal? Okay.
So sometimes that's why we preach for self-examination, so you know the normal and abnormal. You know when it's a normal lump and when it's an abnormal lump. You know the normal lump can be very soft. It can be soft, it can be mobile, can move around.
Okay.
But when you notice a lump that is just fixed, hard, you have to, raise an alarm and know what is it. So that's why you might not really, sometimes, because the worst part of it is that at that early stage, it's not painful. It's not painful because you not, it's not paining me, I don't have anything. So, but that time when you examine yourself, you notice this a lump. It might be as small as a peanut.
Oh, really?
It might be small as a peanut. It will be hard and fixed. So that you have to alarm and get to your health provider for further examination to know. So at that point, what are the things, the symptoms that you could really like, this could be. Then you see there's changes in your skin, your breast skin. There's something you call peel de range. It's just like orange peel. Okay. Your breast is just like a dimple. Dots. You see your breast is changing. Its architecture is not the way it is. Normally, that's why if you do your breast examination, you can know, this is not how my breast looks like. Then you notice that your nipple is, normal nipple comes out. You notice that it's retracting in. So you understand there's something going on. Then you notice that your breast, there's some abnormal discharge. Some could come like a bloody discharge from your breast and all that. That should give you a clue that there's something going on. And immediately you notice that, you could rush the hospital for further examination. Because at that point, if it's picked up early, at least something good could be done and you'll be safe at that point, and the treatment will be initiated immediately when it have not gone over to other stages.
Okay. And you know, when you talk about the retracted nipple, you know, some people naturally have that.
Yeah.
So
you know, that's why I say that self-examination, that's where it comes to play.
Okay.
Then you know how your breast looks like originally.
That's for those who are conscious.
Yeah, you have to be conscious about that.
Yeah.
So you have to be conscious about that. So by the time you notice there's a difference, it might be in, but it could be extraordinary. There's something that will strike you to know that this is not how my breast, you know, looks like. So at that point, you should just get to see your doctor immediately.
Okay. You know, because I'm also kind of worried how many people actually raise concerns or get concerned about looking at their breast, you know.
Yeah, that's why, I know many people don't have that concern, and that's why the awareness have to be more public. That's your self-examination is very important. You will know how to examine your breast, stand in the front of the mirror, look at your breast, know the normal. When you stand in front of it, you have to see how your normal breast looks like, so that anytime you see any changes, you know that there's something going. So that's why we appreciate that every woman have to know your breast. Very important, so that you can detect on time, because the hallmark, as I said earlier, is early detection. So because you might not know, because the word is not paining you, you don't feel it's very important. By the time you start paining, or you start, it's already getting late. So by the time you look at it closely, you can easily detect, oh, there's something going on. I have to see my doctor.
Okay, and so like we were chatting earlier, said the girl child, which we talked about earlier, would be involved. At what point do we expose them to examining their breasts? And do they come down, teenage children, do they come down with breast cancer?
Yeah, they do. You know, the world has really changed. Yeah, the girls, especially on those one on puberty stage, they have to. But at the younger ones like that, we have, you know, this cancer is of two types. You have the benign and have the malignant. The benign is not actually harmful, the malignant. So most of the younger children comes down with this benign, but when they notice lumps in their breast, but at that point they have to see their doctor to remove and check. Now first you have to do an histology test to check, is it a cancerous or is it not. It's very important at that stage, because it could transform. But at that point they notice anything that is not normal, you should meet the doctor immediately for further examination to check, is it a benign or malignant. But mostly at the younger children like that, rarely they come down with benign type, but in rare cases we see some that come down with malignant issues.
So when you went, like you said, you had gone to teach them, you know, share experience and encourage them, did you tell them about breast self-examination?
Yeah, we talked
because
about that.
I know teenagers shy away from things like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you call a girl child of a teenage age to try to sex educate the child, they shy away. They feel very shy. But I think it's very necessary. We try to let them know, okay, and then also draw the line between it not being an abuse. Because that's it. Another child, seeing a child self-examining herself, might feel the child is abusing herself. So these are the things. I don't know how you did that and how you pass such information.
You know, it's just about educating them rightly, telling them the right thing to do at the right time. You just tell them after your month, at least once in a month, after your monthly cycle, you check your breast. You stand in front of the mirror.
Okay,
look
that's
at your
after
breast.
your cycle.
Yes. You check your breasts. Are they equal sizes? Is there any changes? Is there anything? It's not something that, or you just say you are pregnant. It's just something that you just do within a second. Stand in front of the mirror, check yourself and all that. So it's not something that they could really be abused. And I noticed that most of them were well versed. I think they are beginning to, understand and all those things. And mostly their menstrual cycles and all those things, they were, versed on it. So some of them asked questions that were duly answered to them. So it's not something, I just once in a month, at least once in a month after your menstrual cycle. Because that time, during your menstrual cycle, or then you notice that you have pains and all that, you might not be able to, you know, but after that, you can just examine your breast and all that. So immediately you see anything abnormal, you have picked it and say, this is not how my breast looks like.
Okay. So this examination has to be self and not assisted.
No, you can do self-examination, but if you notice anything, you can still come to the hospital. The doctor will further examine for you.
Okay.
If you examine and you are not sure of what you are, then you meet your doctor for further examination.
Okay. So which age bracket is most hit in this?
Well, from 40 and above.
Okay.
That's why we also, you know, preach that at least from 40, it should be, at least your mammogram should be done once in a year.
Once in a year.
You have to do a mammogram to know, because sometimes it could occur, you don't know, you don't have signs.
Okay.
So it can only be picked up when you do a mammogram.
Okay.
Yes, it could be picked up at that point. So sometimes it's good to do a checkup, at least every do a mammogram, especially if you have a family history. You need to consistently do that.
Okay.
So to be sure, so that you can detect it on time.
Okay, so these things don't come cheap, I guess. The
well,
checks.
It doesn't.
Because I know that's one of the factors that could scare people away.
Yeah.
When they imagine the financial implications.
Yes, that's why this Pink October is very important, because some of these support groups, organizations come together. Some sponsor free mammograms. Some sponsor free breast examinations and all that. That's why it's very important. And because of, as I said earlier, that have reduced the incidence of death in there, because so many of them have been helped out through these support groups and the awareness and all that. And last of this October, at least we had some people that have come in to do free mammogram and free self-exam for the women, for the vulnerable women that couldn't afford to do that.
Okay, so is it throughout the month of October? How free is it, and what has been the sensitization level? Because I'm not sure I have been aware. So who are the people you have reached out to?
Well, they are the group of, although under the Medical Women Association, they have been doing that over years.
Yeah, I think
I
should commend them.
Yeah, that have been done, and have been for the vulnerable women, the women. It's everywhere. They speak on it in churches, marketplaces, and all that, and they turn up to come for it, for the screening.
Okay. Is it still ongoing?
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Okay. So, aside all of this, what are those things you feel, apart from the symptoms, one could experience? What is it? Maybe self-care, how to take care of the breast. Is there any way one could do that to avoid falling down with cancer?
Well, we all know that we say that the cause of this cancer is not known.
Okay.
It's unknown. So, but there are certain things that could that can trigger it, the risk factors that can trigger it, mostly like your age. Normal, although we see people coming down now with like less than 40 years and all that, it could also be possible. And also your gender. Just being a woman is enough for you to have breast cancer.
Okay.
Just your gender. Then if you have a family history, if any close relative, your mother, your siblings, has come down with that, because when there's this gene, in fact, this BRCA1/2 gene is mutated, that's you are at risk of being exposed to this breast cancer. Then if you take alcohol, excessive alcohol, could also predispose you. Smoking, and also some hormonal replacement therapy, especially those ones that have been menopausal women, that there are some hormonal replacement therapy that could dispose you to that. And when you don't breastfeed, a woman that is not breastfeeding the child also can predispose you. So for you to prevent it, and all those is for you to take measures, reduce alcohol intake, you do a good healthy lifestyle. exercise. If you smoke, you stop smoking, and that's very important. And I told you, for those ones that have the family history, you make sure you examine, you do your mammogram, you do it and check yourself. And there's a lady I saw on TikTok that she had a family history of breast cancer. She didn't just want anything. She just walked in and said, please, I want to do a prophylactic mastectomy, just removal of the breast. So she just removed the breast so that she will not even have any cause to come down with it.
Not that she had come down with it, she just opted for it.
She just opted on it. So they have that prophylactic mastectomy that could be done for people that have family history of breast cancer.
Okay, you just mentioned something. Why are people scared of that too? Having the prophylactic breasts and all, if it could help? Because I see people who already have been diagnosed and the solution they prefer is that be done, and they frown seriously.
Well, it's just the psychological part of it all that's just the problem. But we believe that with more awareness campaigns and educate them that as far as the best for you to live is for you to take off that breast, especially even with people with early detection, with that, for it not to spread, because it could spread. That's why if it's a malignant type, if it's it can spread to the bones, to your kidney, and for you not to experience all that, the best bet for you that breast to be removed. So that's why we are these support groups. Pink October is creating more awareness. So it's not like it's just just a taboo or something, but it's something that will do to save your life, for you to live. And if you do that on time with you are good, you are home and dry.
Okay, so when we talk, like you said earlier, I read somewhere that men also have breast cancer. Is this true?
Yeah.
Men come down with breast cancer.
Men do, because we find, they say breast cancer is mostly found in women, but out of 100, you can see like 90% or 1% or 2% of men coming down with breast cancer. They do come down with it, but in a very rare occasion, but it's possible for a man to come down with breast cancer. Okay,
so can a healthy lifestyle or exercise reduce the risk of having cancer?
Yeah, it can. It can reduce. When you have a healthy, you exercise, you eat right. Yes, you do all the healthy not sedentary lifestyle. You walk around, don't sit at one place all the time. Exercise and take it.
Are there particular exercises, like, we have exercises for flat tummy to firm the thighs. So is there any particular exercise one can do?
Exercise, brisk walk. You can walk. It's
no special exercise for the breast. So
anything that you can help you out.
No, that's interesting, because there are little things we need to know and get informed, and actually it will help us and help other people, because when we create this awareness here, we're also doing it individually when we're talking to other people.
Important.
Okay, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll take some tweets of what people say about breast cancer, and then you'll talk more on this. Don't go away as we go on a very short break.
Step into the heartbeat of the world, where news meets real talk. From breakthroughs in diplomacy to humanitarian challenges and scientific milestones, Global Digest takes you beyond the headlines and straight to the heart of the matter. I am Amma Marcus. Be a part of the world unfolding stories at 3 p.m. on ADBN, channel 258 on DSTV, and Star Times, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Welcome back, and the program is Softline on ADBN TV. Don't forget to follow us on our handles, social media handles, the Facebook and the YouTube. Try to drop your comments, and we would always appreciate and get back to you. The topic is breast cancer awareness, and on set is Dr. Irene Udom. She is doing justice to the topic. Yes, we'll take some tweets, like I said, and then we'll go back to Dr. Irene for more of this awareness on breast cancer. So, okay, we have a tweet here from Princess Nemwa. She says, breast cancer is highly curable if it's detected in its early stage and adequate treatment is provided. If you do feel an abnormal lump in your breast, then seek medical care, even if the lump does not hurt. Yeah, doctor, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take another one. Dr. Babatunde, he says, 75% of breast cancer is first detected by a self-breast examination. You are your first doctor in the early detection and conquering of breast cancer. Please do your monthly self-breast examination 3 to 5 days after your period. Beautiful. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see. No myth about this. Timmy says, let's debunk a breast cancer myth. Good. I was about saying, is there no myth? Myth. Breast cancer is more common in women with big breasts. No. Doctor, did you hear that? Fact. Breast cancer is not related to breast size. And then learning point, obesity and high breast density, not breast size, can increase the risk of breast cancer. Beautiful. Thank you so very much, Director, for those tweets. So, Doctor, the first two tweets are things you have talked about to show that people out there are also aware of what is happening. But let's come down to this myth aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, what are the myths about breast cancer? That, like one he mentioned about
thinking maybe his breast, if your breast is big and all that. No, it doesn't. Any size of breast can come down with breast cancer.
Okay.
And some think, well, some people will think maybe it's a spiritual thing or something or anything they could think, but it's not. It could just be abnormal cells. There's no specific person that comes down with it and all that. So there are some people think that having breast cancer maybe is a taboo or something, but it's not. It could come, anybody can have.
And not particular to the types of breasts.
No.
So you could say it is those with this kind of breast
or
that will form what with.
Are things you just told that I've said, as I said earlier, that it's just abnormal cell growth of that cell. But there are some things that can increase the risk factors that can make you come down with breast cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like those unhealthy lifestyle, which you mentioned earlier.
Yes, that could make you alcohol. When you have the risk factors that you just being a female, you could be disposed to. You have a family history. You could be, and some of so people that have some hormone replacement therapy could also, there are some risk factors that could expose you the more to it. But actually, as I said, there's just abnormal cell. Anybody can come down.
Even the male.
Even the male. So we just have to take precautions that, as well as if you have a higher tendency of coming down with that, especially if you have a family. So you have to make sure that all the risk factors, you try to avoid them to help you out.
Okay. Is there any link between oral contraceptive and breast cancer?
Yeah, I think there is but not really clear studies about that. The oral contraceptives also come, especially the emergency types that people take, and also come. And some of the hormonal types also has been attributed in predisposing to breast cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, those has also been implicated in that.
Okay, but you can't solely say
yes, but but there's some research that has said that some hormonal contraceptive can also predispose to breast cancer.
Okay, so but there's been no record about breast cancer in children. Have there been any?
Not really. You know, it depends the child. They have been, but very rare.
Very rare. Okay.
Very rare, but they have been. But in younger girls, I've seen from 25, 30 coming down with breast cancer.
Okay, but below 25, you won't, because these are things we should.
Yes,
also.
But you know, if they have a family history, from that age, they have to be frequent in. You know, at that point, since they can't do a mammogram, they can do a breast ultrasound at that time.
At that age.
At that age.
That's if there is history of breast cancer in their family. Yeah. So they can follow up with all that.
And with their self-breast examination, they can also do their self-breast examination. Then the breast ultrasound can also be done for them.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier on that those who don't breastfeed are likely to come down with breast cancer.
Yeah, there's a research about that.
Yeah.
Because you know that in breastfeeding, we have the high level of prolactin that comes in. So at that point, when you are breastfeeding, and it helps, you know, that it's an estrogen. Everything about women are estrogen, and when you have excess that predisposes to this breast cancer. So when you are breastfeeding your child, it could help to reduce that excess estrogen, and you can also help out.
Oh, okay, so we are saying women should not be afraid of breastfeeding.
You shouldn't be afraid.
Because breastfeeding won't lead to breast cancer.
It will help you.
Okay.
It will rather could help you, reduce the risk.
The risk in it. Okay, so in your field, and with the support groups you people have had, what have been the experience? I'd like to know one or two experiences of people who have gone down with it and how they feel after surviving the cancer.
Yeah, okay. Well, with my experience, although as a medical woman, and being this cancer care coordinator, and I've seen a lot of them we have rendered support to, and at least out of 10, we have 3 that survived.
Oh, out of 10, 3?
Yes, 3. But because those one came on time, and we were able to start on time. And I've seen the kind of joy and relief they have in them, and they are able, like most time when we have a cancer week, cancer walkout, they come out to talk to other women.
At what stages were there when they went through the healing? What stage?
At that point, those came at this stage. I think it was like a stage 2 when she came in, when she needed to do her chemo and all that, and the breast was removed, the chemotherapy was done, and mastectomy was done. She went into all the treatment level, the radiotherapy and all that, and she came out fine, and I think she's doing well right now. And she has been a support to others, and encourages us that it's not just as I said, come out early detection, and when it's detected early, the treatments could scale through. Okay,
so what could be the window period for the growth of these cancerous cells? Like
we can't really say, because sometimes it could be so wild. There are some that are slow, there are some that are so aggressive. Okay. So immediately you don't have to wait for a window period. So it's everything, you just start.
You know what I'm asking is, okay, like you're right, what I'm asking is because sometimes you say you don't feel anything So the only way you can detect this is when you go for mammogram. And then if there is anything,
you start your treatment
immediately. Okay.
You don't wait you don't procrastinate. You just have to start immediately, because sometimes if you want to go into okay, let's do there are some other tests that you know what type is it and all that. So you wouldn't know if it's an aggressive type. Just start your treatment immediately, just to be on a very safe side. It's very important.
So I know one of the things people who have gone down with cancer and have survived maybe going through would be stigmatization. So how do they manage this?
Oh, that's why the campaign is very important. You bring them, but they have a support group. There's a group they call all the breast cancer survivors. Some of them are not, because I know some of them that comes out, they are willing to talk to others. They are willing to encourage others, because you coming out to tell somebody, I was once like this and I survived, you encourage that other person, because some of them think that having a breast cancer is just end of the world, they are dead and all that. But if they see a woman coming out to tell, I passed through what you are passing through, and I did all what they are asking you to do, and I survived it, and they are willing to do it. And because we need more of them, the survivors, to come out and talk to them, because when they give them that courage and that, they are strong enough to go through the treatment. Although it's not easy, it's not an easy task and all that. But what they need at that moment is that support, that encouragement and all that, for them to scale through that period is very important. And you know that finances are always also the major limitation they have. Cancer treatment is not cheap. It's something. So that's why everybody have to come together. That's why we say that the theme of this is no one should face breast cancer alone. That's why it's very important, because facing it alone can be terrible. So you need people around you. You need people that will encourage you, support financially, emotionally. It's very important to come out of it.
Okay, so how long would it also take for you to recover? Could there be a program from the point which it is being detected through the treatment and healing process? What could be the duration?
Everything depends, it's individualized. We cannot really tell, okay, you take that. There are some literature will tell you that after that, some people have 5-year survival rates and all that, but it's not really specific. It's individualized and all that, because going through the treatment is a long process. Maybe you start from the time you are detected, you do a histology test to check, is it malignant, is this there? Then you go into chemo. From chemo, after chemo, you go for the mastectomy, for the radiotherapy. So it's a long chain treatment period for you. So that's why they really need support at that time, emotional and otherwise. They need it.
I agree. I agree. But I'm also imagining for the younger children, people who come down with it, I know they need that emotional support too. The support group you have, do you have for the juvenile, the young people, or they are still being grouped with everybody?
Well, there's no separate group, but I know that the younger ones are not like, they are not really more, but they're just like a separate group. But there's a younger girl that survived, but I know she does that work perfectly. She comes to the clinic, talks to the people and all that this is what happened and she survived it and all that. So it's just like is an enclave. It's not like we have a separate group for the younger ones. And
so is there any possibility of relapse even after taking all that measures? Your breast is being, what's that term again?
Removed.
Okay, let's for layman's understanding. Your breast is being removed because you don't want it to spread, and yet you still maybe there is a relapse. You still have it come back, and then you die. Is there any such possibility?
Well.
And what could be the cause?
Well, at times, that's why I said if it was not well, or it was not earlier detected, and by the time you have gone to do the removal, it has spread. So if it has spread to other areas, maybe metastasized to the bone, to the kidneys and all that, it could also, so that's where the spreading comes in, and at that time, even after doing all that, remember,
it was still, okay, so good early detection, early everything is key.
Is the key.
Oh, okay. So put us through on everything you feel one. Just give us a recap on everything one should know about breast cancer, so that whoever is watching there would know. Okay, this is the things you need to look out for, and as well, do we have adequate facilities in Nigeria that can handle this?
Okay.
Yeah, where could one go to if you're down, if you feel you're suspecting you have a lump in your breast? Where could one go to?
Okay. As I said earlier, breast cancer is just abnormal growing cells in your breast tissues. And the symptoms you have to look out for, as I said earlier, you'll see your skin changes has to occur. You have the peel d'orange, that you know how the orange peel back looks like, dimples and all that in the breast. It appears that way. That should give you an alarm that there's something wrong. The abnormal discharge, you press your nipples, you see a kind of bloody discharge coming out and all that. And you feel a lump that is not painful, hard, and it's not, that should give you a clue that there's something going on. At that point, you should see your doctor immediately. That's why with self-examination, as we said, is very important. Just make it an habit that every month after your menstrual cycle, 3 to 5 days after your cycle, stand in front of your mirror, look at your breast, check, even while lying down, you can always check your breast to know the normal abnormal, so that by the time you notice something that is abnormal in your breast, you can quickly get to the hospital to know that this is it. I should say, what are the preventive measures we have talked? And the risk factors, I said, you just being a woman is enough for you to be conscious that this can happen to you. So you have to check your breast all the time. After every of your monthly cycle, you have to check. And if you have a family history and you have above 40 years and above, go for mammogram. It's very important. Do your self-examination, see your doctor to detect, and because early detection is most important, and that's where everything can be done early for you. Then the prevention that you could also do is reduce alcohol intake, exercise, healthy lifestyle is very crucial at that time, so that anything you notice at that point, report immediately to your doctor. And for where can you go immediately when you notice all those things? For us in this our environment, Akwa Ibom, I think the teaching hospital.
Okay.
You come to the teaching hospital, we have oncologists, we have the surgeons that take care of the breast, and it's every Wednesday at the breast clinic in the teaching hospital you see. And I would also like to advocate that the government also, we should have more centers, breast cancer centers. I think that's the limitation we have, where we could do radiotherapy. I think we have one in Enugu, but it's far off. Yes, it's far away. And if the government could also, put it under the national health scheme, because most of this treatment is not included because it's expensive. But if that is included, it will also help. So they will have a way of also bringing down the death rate of women coming down with it. Sometimes it's finances that makes them not to come to the hospital early. So if you have a good facility, most center care, breast cancer center care should be established in the state. We need it. It's very important, so that by the time you tell a patient go to Ibadan, go to Enugu, and
it's very far.
It's far off. So we need a center that is a government one, so that it could be cheap. Not, if we send them to private, it's still an high. So if a government can help us bring a center for this care for the cancer patients, that will help a lot to bring down the death rate of cancer in women.
So even if it were to be at a zonal, somewhere closer.
Somewhere closer. I know they have one in Calabar, but that one is I think is a private Yeah, but we need a center in Uyo. Very important.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're just requesting for a center in Uyo, and I think I agree with you. And I must say, doctor, that I'm so happy. I also want to give it to the medical women. I know they've been consistent in this awareness over the years, and I'm happy for the progress report. And a lot of people are becoming more aware. Like even from our tweets, we could see that people know what to do. Gone are the days when you would be wondering, what do I do? How do I go about it? But I feel more should be done towards making one know that you must accept this and not shy away from it. It was painful the other time when I heard a medical doctor died of breast cancer. And I'm like, for crying out loud, why should that happen? So that has to do with one of the, is it myth or problems that people go through? Yeah. You know,
so we really
breast cancer is not a death sentence. No sickness is.
No sickness.
Early detection
is the key.
Is what is key. Like you're right, and you said the theme for this year is no one
should face breast cancer.
No one should face breast cancer
alone.
No one should face any situation, sickness, challenges, whatever it is. No one should face it alone. I think we should all come together to support each other. Thank you so very much, Dr. Irene Udom, for coming on the show and educating us, informing us on breast cancer awareness. So once again, Dr. Irene is a member of the resident doctors in Uyo, Association of Resident Doctors in University of Uyo Teaching Hospital. She's been doing marvelously well. I don't need to ask, because from what she has told us today, and I hope you out there have also learned something. It means they are doing a great job out there. For today on this show, this is the size of it, and we hope to return your way tomorrow with another interesting and exciting topic. Don't go away. Remember that breast cancer self-examination is key. Try to self-examine yourself and then show love. Don't allow anybody go through this alone. Thank you so very much. Doctor, what do you have to say as we sign up?
Yes, as we sign up, I want to remind us that early detection is the key. Let us come together and support each other. Nobody should face this situation alone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and see you tomorrow on Softline.